Hi, I'm Mallory McCrane, and today I'm sharing my evidence-based proposal to use an obstetric early warning score to spot postpartum hemorrhage sooner, specifically within the first 24 hours after birth. So, a little bit about why this matters. Postpartum hemorrhage can become serious very quickly, especially within the first 24 hours after delivery. On many units, bleeding isn't always recognized or escalated fast enough. So, my goal is to standardize how we notice and respond by using an obstetric specific early warning score so we can act sooner and more consistently. So, my guiding question is for women in the first 24 hours postpartum, does using a obstetric early warning score paired with quantified blood loss and a clear escalation plan lead to earlier detection and less severe blood loss compared with routine monitoring within the first 24 hours? I like this question because it connects directly to bedside action that nurses already do, so vitals, assessments, and documenting blood loss. The difference is we're standardizing when to worry and exactly what steps to take next. So, my research supports using a maternity-specific score rather than a general adult score. Researchers created pregnancy-appropriate cutoffs and built-in step-by-step escalation, which makes sense because normal vitals look different on a postpartum unit. Studies showed on postnatal wards the tool is feasible and helps predict who's getting into trouble and is at severe risk. There's also work showing that when you pair automated surveillances with maternal warning criteria, you can catch severe hemorrhage earlier. So the overall takeaway for me is that pregnancy adapted parameters plus a scripted response is better than eyeballing it. This is a unit-based quality improvement project, so about 3 months of baseline data under usual workflow will be collected, and then 6 months after adding the early warning score, we will collect data again. Using an Iowa-style approach, we'll pull a small team together, pilot the process, run a quick plan, do study act cycles, and keep what works. So this keeps the focus on practicality and what fits the unit and actually sticks. The intervention has 3 parts. So first, use an obstetric-specific early warning score that's tuned for the first 24 hours postpartum. Then second would be to document cumulative blood loss consistently and not just single readings. And third, when a trigger does fire, follow a clear escalation pathway with a goal to act within 10 minutes. In the electronic health record, the score will auto-calculate. Cumulative totals will be easier to enter, and smart phrases and will support faster communication and charting. So the rollout is about 6 months. Weeks 1 through 4 are planning and building, so finalizing thresholds, mapping workflows, preparing and prepping carts and supplies, doing the EHR build as well. Weeks 5 through 8 are training and simulation so that people can practice before going live. And weeks 9 through 20 will be the launch with super users on hand and daily huddles, then adjust quickly with PDSA cycles. By weeks 21 through 26, we'll be auditing, reviewing cases, and baking this into competencies and onboarding. Now to see if this works, we'll be looking at process, outcome, and balancing measures. Process includes training completion, how reliable we document the score, whether cumulative blood loss entries are complete, and how often do we escalate within 10 minutes. Outcomes include any severe postpartum hemorrhages, units of blood per 100 births, ICU transfers, returns to the OR, and time from recognition of postpartum hemorrhage to treatment. For balancing, we will watch any alarm fatigue, rapid response calls, and a quick staff workload check so that we're not fixing one problem and then creating another. Data comes from the electronic health record flow sheets, alert logs, and incident reviews. We'll visualize it with weekly run charts. I'm expecting 3 common barriers, that being alarm fatigue, documentation workload, and skill differences, especially on nights. So to reduce noise, we'll tune thresholds and bundle alerts by severity. To limit charting time, we'll use auto calculation and smart phrases, and only add hard stops when they really matter. To support staff, we'll do micro drills, quick tip sheets, and use super users during the launch so that people can get help in the moment. This is a quality improvement project using de-identified aggregated data and maintaining HIPAA. Standardized thresholds and pathways help to reduce variation and support respectful, equitable care. It's also practical and feasible because it builds on data and workflows we already collect as nurses, with automation to minimize extra clicks. So in short, an obstetric-specific early warning score plus consistent blood loss tracking and a fast escalation plan should help us recognize bleeding earlier and treat sooner. So that means better safety, stronger teamwork, and a pathway that we can sustain and spread to other units. Thank you so much for listening. And here's a list of my references I used to support the proposal.